hello, and welcome indeed to Football Manager Friday. Now, you might have some questions if you saw last Friday where I said I would never play Football Manager until the new one came out. Well, maybe I was being a bit overdramatic. Maybe I was getting annoyed by the Firefighter's Ladder too much. Either way, we're starting a new one today. I know it's the start of August, so not long to do a long-term challenge or challenge save, but I'm going to make it clear now, I have no promises of finishing this challenge. I also have no I've just went silent for a minute. I try to think about what to say. I would also saying that this save I will be playing off stream as well to get it moving quicker each time in between, but you'll see main bits on stream. That is a promise, but we will be moving it along at a relatively good pace, hopefully, because it is a last challenge, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm also going to try and not get annoyed at all the Football Manager quirks that will inevitably come up every time, all the time, every few seconds. But we're just going to play this and just trying to enjoy Football Manager, basically. So, yeah. As soon as the new one is announced, we will be gearing towards that instead and looking at finishing this in whatever way possible. What is the new save? Well, as the name of the stream suggests, can we do it better than Manchester City? What do I mean by that? Why does it say retro challenge? Well, let's go to this screen. You see, in real life, Manchester City got their takeover at the start of the 08-09 season. And I say at the start, it was, I think, the deadline day. They got taken over, tried to make some big moves, got Robinho. That was it. So in those 17 seasons, they've won 8 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups, 6 League Cups, 1 Champions League, and a partridge and pear tree. There is, in fact, a wonderful man called the Mad Scientist FM, who makes retro databases for Football Manager. The one he did at the start of Football Manager 24, all those years ago, was the 07-08 database. So a year before. This scenario places us 1 year before they got their real life takeover, but they've got the takeover early. What? Whoa, the takeover. So you can't change the dates in Football Manager. So it does say July 2023. But we are in the shoes of the Manchester City manager, technically at the start of the 07-08 season. We have 17 seasons and a takeover with a... I've used the editor, yes. But just to set it all up, all right? So here we are. You can see some of the icons are like Joe Hart, who's a 20-year-old youth prospect here. That's how you know we are in the English Premier League. If you go down, you can go to the Coca-Cola Championship. That's how you know it's real. It's retro. Look, my team Wickham, they're down there at the bottom. They've got all these icons. Akinfen was a 25-year-old target man at Millwall. We're here, Manchester City. And the finances, we've suddenly got 500 million in the bank, 100 million in transfer budget, and a chunky wage budget of about 540k per week extra. And our task, and I'll show you even in the edit club details what I've set it at. I haven't changed the reputation when you start, the morale, the club attendance, because their stadium is already being built. Transfer clause, I've not changed anything but in the finances. But front end, rich benefactor in, up the transfer, wage, and bank balance. That's all I've done. We've got in the Tycoon takeover. And now, in preferences, I will get rid of the in-game editor from the bar up there. There it is. It's grayed out now. And from here on out, we have 17 seasons, if we so make it that far, to win as much, if not more, than Manchester City did in that time. And we're in the retro database, so there's all the players you can know and love. Like in our scouting center, you can see, I've had a quick look through to see what sort of areas they say. Stuart Downing, Ashley Young, both young players. Nigel de Jong, who did actually make his way here. Gonzalo Castro was in the late 2000s football managers. He was the real deal. Everybody was signing Gonzalo Castro. But you can look around and see, like in the Premier League, Arsenal have Cesc Fabregas, 20 years old, absolutely unreal player. Robin van Persie, 23, coming through, 69 million. That is funny. Theo Walcott, 18, wonder kid. Absolutely insane sort of stuff happening here. We're going to compete with these, and so you know what, just Arsenal, because they're not the. You look at the season preview: Chelsea, United, Liverpool, Arsenal. We're now ranked 5th. It said in the thing before we were media prediction 10th. I don't know what's happened there. Manchester United are obviously they got Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh god, that's disgusting. He's lurking around. Park Ji-sung, the unsung hero of the late 2000s Manchester United team. I was watching a lot of football this time. Carlos Tevez was at Manchester United here. Will we do the oldest trick in the book? Maybe, maybe not. This guy who, well, let's said about him the better. He's there. Edwin van der Sar in the twilight years of his career when he's still like the best goalkeeper in the world, one of them, at least. We have so many options and the wonder kids of the day to get through and look around at. First things first, though, we've got to look around our own club, because I'll set my stall out now. I've started a bit later today, and that is because today's stream is just about introducing you to this new save, this new challenge, and looking around some of the players, looking around the database more so than anything. We will be, I've just set up the 4-4-2 clean slate for now, just so we can look at our own players. We've got some players. We've got Georgi Samaras. Do you remember the Greek icon? He could be big for a couple of seasons, at least, at 22 years old. Why is he loan listed? He's actually looking pretty good right now. Obviously, the main man here at the moment is Elano. He is an important player who could become the heartbeat of this team for a good few years. We've got young Micah Richards, who I do feel like we should build the team around to start with. And even play right back, centre back, defensive mid, centre mid. He's got it all. As is Nader Manua, another young centre back. Maybe not as much technically or mentally, but the pace is unreal for a centre back at 20 years old. Young Kasper Schmeichel, as we've seen as well. We've got Richard Dunn, and we've got some youth prospects. Michael Johnson, when he was still the next big thing in English football. Will he become that this time round? It's a whole new universe. Javier Garrido, all these players. The ones that were just slightly before Darius Vassell, sorry. What a player. It's all in, obviously, rose-tinted spectacles, as they say, because a lot of these players were let go for a reason after the takeover happened and other players are brought in, but there is some solid players here. Young Daniel Sturridge. Did they get the report of injuries? No? Doesn't have a problem with injuries here. There is options. There is options. First, we need to figure out who we want to keep and what we sort of want to do. What do we want to build this new old Hello? Manchester City around? Ilano, Michael Richards, and Ada Manua. We'll try this first to start with, and then we'll see what happens, I think. Oh, we do also need to do the other bit, the staff searching. Well, that was all the staff, I think, for now. So I've listed 5 positions there that would desperately upgrade our team if we could get them in immediately. Left back, DM, left wing, right winger, and goalkeeper. And with the budget we've been given, we could designate about 20 mil a player. We've not made it a day, really. Yeah, there's all the players. And yeah, next week we'll come back and actually play some Football Manager proper, rather than just looking through, which is what happened today. I did sign staff, though, because there's a lot of space, and we've now got the Tycoon Takeover. But this is the first introductory episode of Can We Do It Better Than Manchester City in Real Life? It's a working title. Ideas are welcome for a more snappy title. And yeah. Now I will see you next week. If you watch the Twitch, make sure to follow. And if you watch the YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. See you later. In a bit. Peace.